Welcome back, everyone, to our prayer journey with Mike Todd. Today, we're going to be stepping through the book of Mark, chapter 2, verse 22 to 28. And we're going to be talking about Jesus and the law, Jesus and relationship, which is the whole Bible is about. But you know, the law, to be the law, must be applied appropriately. It must be enforced. To have law and order, you must have the law and then follow it through and have order. And justice is supposed to be blind, especially before God. You're supposed to do the right thing, not to impose laws upon one person that are harder than on another person, or not to manipulate the law to affect a person and try to cause havoc in their lives. We've seen that much this last couple of years, where a president was brought up for impeachment on hearsay, and not to get political, but to see that laws are not always applied the same way. I mean, we have people that are in the upper ranks of business or in politics, that something happens to them that would anybody else would be in jail for, and they're free. Or you have somebody that may have been standing around the Capitol, never went in the Capitol, and they arrest that person and say to that person, you're a criminal because you were there. The law to be righteous is to be applied equally. And we're going to see here that the establishment, just like then and today, to maintain its authority, will impose the law differently on people so that they can maintain their power. And we're going to see this with Jesus now. Let me read in chapter 2, verse 23. And it came to pass that he went through the cornfield, that is Jesus, on the Sabbath day, and his disciples began, as they went, to pluck the ears of corn. So the disciples are plucking the barley off of or wheat, whatever it was, and they were eating it. And then we see in verse 24, and the Pharisees said unto them, Behold, why do they on the Sabbath day that which is not lawful? Why are they picking this up? That is not lawful. Now, if anybody's been with me through the book of Ruth, we know it is lawful. If you were hungry or poor, and Jesus had no place to rest his head, you were allowed to harvest enough food to eat. Not harvest, that's the wrong word. You're allowed to pluck enough food to eat to sustain yourself for the day. And that's what these men were doing. They were not doing anything illegally. But the Pharisees come and they try to make it illegal. They try to say he's doing something that's unlawful. It is not. It is not unlawful if you're starving to eat and to pick that little bit. To harvest is the problem. So we see in verse 25, and he said unto them, Have ye ever read what David did when he had need and was hungered, he and they that were with him? How he went into the house of God in the days of Abiathar, the high priest, and did eat the showbread, which is not lawful to eat, but for the priest. And he gave also to them which were with him. So this is an illustration that Jesus has given to them, that David was accepted. He broke the law. He actually broke the law. He went out, because he was on the run from Saul, not to be killed. He ran into the priest area, and he took the showbread, and they ate it because they were starving. And they were accepted. They accept David. And David is a man after God's own heart, showing the relationship that is there. You see, there's a relationship that is more important than the law. Should you not break the law? Of course not. But there are times of hardship where you expect a little leniency, a little application of the law. And with Jesus, they're doing the opposite. They're trying to come down on him with the whole weight of the law for something that's not even an infraction. The other thing I was wondering about, though, is what are the Pharisees doing out there on the Sabbath day, following him around? Weren't they working, trying to find what things they were doing wrong? They were following them around just like the news reporters do today, trying to find something wrong with this individual so they can maintain their power. So in verse 27, and he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. You see, what's the most important thing? God made the Sabbath that maintain a relationship with men. I did another video with Mark where we talked about them coming to church together, having a supper afterwards, spending the day with the Lord, the King of Heaven. That was what the family was supposed to be doing. That is the important thing. The Sabbath was made so that man can have time to worship God, have time to take off, and, bask in Him. God didn't make the Sabbath, then make men to worship the Sabbath. It's the opposite. It's wrong. So, and we should honor the Sabbath. We should honor. We worship Jesus Christ. So for that reason, we pick the first day of the week instead of the Saturday. But the thing is, we should have that day to be honored. So it goes on. Therefore, the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. And Jesus is saying this. I came, God in the flesh. We saw that. And he's, again, highlighting this to the Romans. I came in the flesh. I'm the Son of God, the Son of Man, and I am Lord of the Sabbath, not you. So I hope this is a blessing to you. And until next time, may Jesus increase as we decrease.